Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. We will continue our reading from Sri Bhajana Rahasaya by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and at the moment we are reading from chapter number 2, Dviteyam Sadhana. Mukam Karoti Vachalam, Pangum Langayate Girim, Yat Kripatamam Vande, Shri Gurum Din Tarinam Paramananda Madhvam, Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram, Hari Om Tat Sat. The devotees situated in transcendence do not commit sinful activities. Even if some sins remain within the devotee, they will soon vanish. According to the Manashiksha, verse 7, one should give up one's mischievous mentality in the form of desire for fame and deceitful fault-finding. Pratishthasha drishta shwapacha ramani me hridi natet katham sadhu prema sprishati shuchir etan nanu manaha sada tvam sevasva Prabhu Daita Samanta Matulam Yatha Tam Nishkasya Tvaritam Ehatam Veshyati Saha. O mind, a shameless, low-born prostitute who eats dog meat is flagrantly dancing in my heart in the form of desire for fame. How then can pure love of Krishna ever find a place in my heart? Just serve the devotees of Krishna who are his dear unparalleled commanders, so they can drive out this prostitute and enthrone pure love within my heart. The Mana Shiksha verse 6 further says, Areha Chetah Prodyat Kapata Kutinati Bharakhara Ksharan Mutre Snatva Dahasi Katham Atmanam Apimam Sada Tvam Gandharva Giridhara Pad Prema Vilasat Sudham Budhau snatva swam api nitaram mam cha sukhaya. O mind, why are you scorching us both by bathing in the prominent defects of deceit and fault-finding? These arise out of duality and are like the oozing urine of a donkey. I'll repeat. O mind, why are you scorching us both by bathing in the prominent defects of deceit and fault-finding? These arise out of duality and are like the oozing urine of a donkey. You should always bathe in the nectarine ocean of Prema Bhakti arising from the lotus feet of Sri Sri Gandharvika Giridhari, and thus give us both endless pleasure. One should endeavor to give up duplicity and the desire for fame. Only then can one get strong attachment for chanting the holy name. The 10 offences in chanting the holy name must be given up. They are described in the Padma Puran Swarga Khanda. Satam Ninda Namanaha Paramam Aparadham Vitnute Yatah Khyatim Yatam Katham Usahate Tad Vigraham. To blaspheme the great saintly person who are engaged in preaching the glories of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra is the worst offense at the lotus feet of the holy name. One should not criticize a preacher of the glories of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. If one does so, he is an offender. The Namaprabhu, who is identical with Krishna, will never tolerate such blasphemous activities even from one who passes as a great devotee. The second Namaprad is described as follows. Shivasya Shri Vishnu ya iha guna namati sakalam dhiya bhinnam pashyet sakhalu hari namahita karaha. In this material world, the holy name of Vishnu is all auspicious. Vishnu's name, form, qualities and pastimes are all transcendental absolute knowledge. Therefore, if one tries to separate this absolute personality of Godhead from his holy name or his transcendental form, qualities and pastimes, thinking them to be material, that is offensive. Similarly, to think the names of demigods such as Lord Shiva is to be as good as the name of Lord Vishnu, or in other words, to think Lord Shiva and the other demigods to be other forms of God and therefore equal to Vishnu is also blasphemous. This is the second offense at the lotus feet of the Lord. Gurur avagya shruti shastra nindanam tathartha vadaha Hari Namni Kalpanam. The third offense at the lotus feet of the holy name is to consider the spiritual master to be material and therefore envy his exalted position. The fourth offense is to blaspheme the Vedic literature such as the 4 Vedas and the Purans. The fifth offense is to consider the glories of the holy name to be exaggeration. Similarly, the sixth offense is to consider the holy name of the Lord to be imaginary. The seventh offense is described as follows: Namno balad yasya hi pap buddhir na vidyate tasya yamer hi shuddhi. To think that since the Hare Krishna Mahamantra can counteract all sinful reactions, one may therefore go on with his sinful activities and at the same time chant the Hare Krishna mantra to neutralize them, is the greatest offense at lotus feet of Harinam. The eighth offense is stated thus: Dharma vrata tyaga hutadi sarva shubha kriya samyam api pramadaha. It is offensive to consider chanting the Hare Krishna mantra to be a ritualistic ceremony. Performing religious ceremonies, following vows, practicing renunciation, and sacrifices are all materialistic auspicious activities. The chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra must not be compared to such materialistic activities. Religiosity, this is an offense at the lotus feet of the Lord. The ninth offense is described as follows: Ashraddha dhane vimukhe api ashranavati yash chopadeshah shiva nama paradhaha. It is an offense to preach the glories of the holy name among the persons who have no faith in the subject matter. Such people should be given the chance to hear the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, but in the beginning they should not be instructed about the glories of the holy name. By constant hearing of the holy name, their hearts will be purified, and then they will be able to understand the transcendental glories of the holy name. The 10th offense is as follows: Shrute api nama mahatmaye yah priti rahito naraha aham mamadi paramo namni so api aparadha krita. If one has heard the glories of the transcendental holy name of the Lord but nevertheless continues in a materialistic concept of life, thinking I am this body and everything belongs to this body, is mine, aham mameti, and does not show respect and love for the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, that is an offense. O brothers, sincerely try to give up these offenses and chant the holy name with intelligence. One is prohibited from false renunciation. In the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu it is stated: Prapanche kataya buddhya hari sambandhi vastunah mumukshubhihi parityago vairagyam phalgu kathyate. When persons eager to achieve liberation renounce things related to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, thinking them to be material, their renunciation is called Falgu or incomplete. One who has attained the qualification for chanting the holy names gives up all fruitive activities. In the Srimad Bhagavatam 11.5.41 it is said: Devrishi bhutapatta rinam pitanam na kinkaro nayam rini charajan sarvatmana yah sharanyam gato mukundam pariritya kartam. One who has given up all material duties and taken full shelter at the lotus feet of Mukunda, who gives shelter to all, is not indebted to the demigods, great sages, ordinary living beings, relatives, friends, mankind, or even one's departed forefathers. According to the Padma Puran, one should give up niyamagraha and yet follow the essence of niyam. Samartavyaha satatam vishnur visamartavyo na jatuchit sarve vidhi nishedha syur etayor eva kinkara. Vishnu or Krishna should always be remembered and never forgotten at any time. All the rules and prohibitions mentioned in the Shastras should be servants to these two principles. One should refrain from atonement in relation to karma and jnana. The Padma Puran gives the following statement: Harerapi apradhan yah kuryad dvipada pamshalah namashraya kadachit syat tarati eva sanamatah namno api sarva surido hi apradhat patati adha nama paradha yuktanam namani eva haranti agham avishranta prayuktani tani evartha karani cha. The lowest of human beings who commit offenses at the lotus feet of Sri Hari will certainly cross the material ocean if they somehow take shelter of the holy name. However, those who commit offences against the holy name, the well-wisher of all, certainly fall down. They are freed from their offence only by continually chanting to the holy name. Indeed, one can attain all types of perfection by continuous chanting. One should try to achieve knowledge of both Krishna and oneself. One first attains knowledge of Krishna's form, then attributes, then pastimes, as stated in Chatushloki Bhagavatam, beginning with 2.9.33. Aham evasam evagre nanyad yat sad asat param paschad aham yat etach yo vashishyet sosmi aham. Brahma, it is I, the personality of Godhead, who existed before the creation, when there was nothing but myself, nor there was the material nature, the cause of this creation. That which you see now is also I, the personality of Godhead, and after annihilation, what remains will also be I, the personality of Godhead. The personification of transcendental truth, Sri Krishna, is eternal and everlasting, ever existing. All other manifestations, spiritual and material, are the result of his various potencies. Lord Krishna, who is like the transcendental sun, remains as the eternal truth after the universal destruction. This is the basis of the philosophy of Achintya Bhed Abhed Tattva. Knowledge of the form of Maya Shakti and Jiva Shakti is found in Srimad Bhagavatam 2.9.34. Rite artham yat pratiyeta na pratiyeta chatmani tad vidyad atmano mayam yatha bhaso yatha tamaha. O Brahma, whatever appears to be of any value, if it is without relation to me, has no reality. Know it as my illusory energy. That reflection which appears to be in darkness, the energy of Krishna known as Maya Shakti, is simultaneously one with and different from Krishna. Maya Shakti arises from but is different from the internal energy Chit Shakti. Maya Shakti, the shadow of the internal energy, acts through the three modes of material nature. Which are the cause of this material world. In the material world, the ignorant living entities are bound by temporary activities. Even though the spirit, soul, and this material world are simultaneously one with and different from Krishna, still Krishna in his eternal form exists separately. The Srimad Bhagavatam 2.9.35 states, Yatha Mahanti Bhutani Bhuteshu Chashvacheshva Anu Pravishantani Apravishtani Tatha Teshu Nateshva Aham. O Brahma, please know that the universal elements enter into the cosmos and at the same time do not enter into the cosmos. Similarly, I myself also exist within everything created, and at the same time I am outside of everything. Knowledge of the form of Krishna's name is given in the Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu. Nama Chintamani Krishnash Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purnaha Shuddho Nitya Mukto Bhinnatvan Nama Namino. The holy name of Krishna is transcendently blissful. It bestows all spiritual benedictions, for it is Krishna himself, the reservoir of all pleasure. Krishna's name is complete and it is the form of all transcendental mellows. It is not a material name under any condition, and it is no less powerful than Krishna himself, since Krishna's name is not contaminated by the material qualities and there is no question of its being involved with Maya. Krishna's name is always liberated and spiritual. It is never conditioned by the laws of material nature. This is because the name of Krishna and Krishna himself are identical. The Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu further says, Atah Shri Krishna Namadi na bhaved grahyam indriyaha sevan mukhe hi jivvadav swayam ev sfurti adaha. Because Krishna's name, form, qualities and pastimes are all on the absolute platform, material senses cannot therefore appreciate them. When the conditional soul is awakened to Krishna consciousness and renders service by using his tongue to chant the Lord's holy name and taste the remnants of the Lord's food, the tongue is purified and one gradually comes to the understanding understand who Krishna really is. According to Srimad Bhagavatam 11.21.2, one should practice chanting the holy name according to his qualifications. Sve sve adhikare ya nishtha sa gunaha parikirtitaha viprayayasa tu doshaha syad ubayor esha nishchaya. Steadiness in one's own position is declared to be the actual piety, whereas deviation from one's position is considered impiety. In this way, the two are definitely ascertained. Qualifications for chanting the holy name are given in the Srimad Bhagavatam 11.20.27 and 28. Jat shraddho mat kathasu nirvinnaha sarva karmasu ved dukhat makan kaman prityage api anishwaraha tato bhajet mam pritah shraddhalur drida nishchayah jushmanash chatan kaman dukho darkamsh cha garhayan. Having awakened faith in the narrations of my glory, being disgusted with all material activities, knowing that all sense gratification leads to misery, but still being unable to renounce all sense enjoyment, my devotee remains happy and worships me with great faith and conviction, even though he is sometimes engaged in sense enjoyment. My devotee knows that all sense gratification leads to a miserable result, and he sincerely repents such activities. One should try to attain the 6 qualities favorable for performing bhajan. These qualities are given in Updeshamrita. Verse 3, Utsahan nishchaya dhairya tattat karma pravartanat sangatyagat sato vrittehe shadbhir bhakti prasidhyati. There are 6 principles favorable to the execution of pure devotional service. Number 1, being enthusiastic. 2, endeavoring with confidence. 3, being patient. 4, acting according to regulative principles such as Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, hearing, chanting and remembering Krishna. 5, abandoning the association of non-devotees. 6, in the footsteps of the previous acharyas. These 6 principles undoubtedly assured the complete success of pure devotional service. One must strive to achieve the association of pure devotees. In the Srimad Bhagavatam 3.25.25, it is said, Satam prasangan mama virya samvido bhavanti rit karna rasayanaha kathaha taj joshanad ashva apavarg vartamani shraddha ratir bhaktir anukramishati. In the association of pure devotees, discussion of the pastimes and activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is very pleasing and satisfying to the ear and the heart. By cultivating such knowledge, one gradually becomes advanced on the path of liberation, and thereafter he is freed and his attraction becomes fixed. He then gradually attains Shraddha, that is attachment, Rati, that is Bhav, and Bhakti, that is the Prem Bhakti. So we'll continue our reading next time from the 2nd chapter, Dvitiyam Sadhana, from Sri Bhajana Rahasaya. Thank you for joining. Hariyam Tat Sat. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.